one of the most influential artists of the 21st century. 24 Grammy Awards, his albums changed music. The scandals, strange statements,
Nah, I still look at Pornhub and
running for president of the United States. Big brands were cutting ties with him. Is this genius or self-destruction? Recently he apologized for his behavior. Now a new album, a big concert in LA, and a lot of attention. What is this? A circle or a fresh start? What happened to Kanye West? Kanye's parents divorced when he was 3 years old. He lived with his mother, who was a professor of English at university. As Kanye himself said, he was a good student overall and the family was middle class. At the age of 10, he moved to China with his mom because she was offered a teaching exchange position at Nanjing University. His childhood and teenage years were not like a typical gangster rappers, right? Kanye got into creative work from a very young age, writing poems, making instrumental tracks, drawing. His mom supported him in every way and gave him money for studio time. It was there that he made useful connections that would help him in the future. For example, he became friends with producer No ID. He started taking music seriously in the 90s, making instrumentals for other artists and later became a producer. At the beginning of his career, people didn't take him seriously as a rapper. When he said he wanted to rap, he was rejected because of his image. He wasn't gangster, he didn't fit the stereotype. But later, this would completely change the industry. Success came to West in 2000, after he started working with artists from Rockefeller Records. Widespread fame as a producer came after working on Jay-Z's album, The Blueprint. Music critics praised West's production, while Jay-Z himself called West a genius. But it was as if no one heard him. He wasn't given the chance to break through to a wide audience as an independent artist. One of the first to notice West's talent as a rapper was Talib Kweli. West produced his album. Kweli went on a concert tour and took West along, allowing him to perform together with him. These performances became some of first public appearances as a performer. Later he would thank Kweli many times for this. In the early 2000s, Kanye began working on his debut album. College Dropped Out was released on Rockefeller Records in February 2004. The album debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, selling almost 500,000 copies in its first week. Here I want to highlight a really great character trait in West. Everyone around you said you're not a gangster, that your image isn't a cool rapper, you be better off production or the musician and creating behind the scenes. He still writes his own music. He still pushes through and succeeds no matter what. This truly deserves admiration and respect. Illustrate and believe in yourself. At the end of 2004, he began working on his second album, Late Registration, and released it in 2005. In the first week, it sold 860,000 copies, which allowed to debut at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and later go triple platinum. The album received positive reviews from critics. At the 2006 Grammy Awards, West received 8 nominations. The scandals and shocking antics began during a benefit concert raising funds for victims of Hurricane Katrina. The concert was broadcast in early September 2005 by NBC, and West was invited to give a speech. However, during the live broadcast, he went off script and delivered his own minute-long monologue.
I hate the way they portray us in the media. If you see a black family, it says they're looting. See a white family, it says they're looking for food. And you know it's been 5 days because most of the people are black. And even for me to complain about, I would be a hypocrite.
After his speech, Mike Myers continued with his preparing remarks. When he handed the microphone back to West, West declared,
George Bush doesn't care about black people. Please call
The quote spread across the country and caused mixed reaction. Later, West apologized to him and Bush forgave him. In January 2006, West appeared on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine dressed as a Jesus Christ with the crown fonts, which also caused mixed reaction in society. The legendary album Graduation. It received widespread press coverage even before its release. Its release date coincided with the rapper 50 Cent's album Curtis, leading the press to build up a rivalry between the two rappers. Both albums were released on September 11, 2007. Graduation Born, selling almost 1 million copies in its first week compared to almost 700,000 for Curtis. 50 Cent later accused West label Def Jam of inflating sales numbers. According to him, his label was buying up copies for album itself. How would he ever know? In 2007, Kanye West received 8 Grammy nominations, winning for Best Rap Album for Graduation, Best Rap Solo Performance for Stronger, Best Rap Song for Good Life, and Best Rap Performance by a duo or a group for Southside. However, a turning point was waiting for Kanye. In November 2007, his mother, Donda West, died from complication after plastic surgery. A few months later, he broke up with Alex Pfeiffer, whom he had met back in 2002. These events had a huge impact on the rapper. His next album, 808 and Heartbreak, was positively received by critics but was weaker than the previous two. In 2009, one of the most famous scandals involving Kanye occurred. In September, at the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards, Taylor Swift received the award for Best Female Video for her song You Belong With Me. At the moment the award was being presented, West walked on stage, took the microphone from Swift and announced that Beyoncé had one of the best videos of all time.
Really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
Referring to the video for Single Ladies. This incident was negatively received both by fans and other musicians. Some even consider the situation of the conspiracy theorists in the hip-hop world. After this incident, Kanye became interested in fashion. He lived for several months in Hawaii, where he worked intensely on his next album. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was released on November 22, 2010. The album received rave reviews from critics. The New York Times called it a phenomenal album, the Washington Post a masterpiece, and The Independent the brightest, most grandiose album in pop music in recent years. Despite the glowing articles in magazines and critical praise, the album did not achieve huge sales and was not nominated for a Grammy. Critics called this a snub, or was it sabotage? Listen his legendary song Runaway. Come on. In 2012, West began dating reality TV star Kim Kardashian, whom he had known for more than 5 years. In 2013, Kanye West and Kim had their first child, North. On October 31, 2013, on Kim's 33rd birthday, Kanye West proposed her at AT&T Park in San Francisco in front of family members and friends of the Kardashians family. In 2014, the couple married in Florence, Italy.
I got married in Italy. Am I saying you copied me by getting married in Italy?
Next year, West presented his joint clothing line with Adidas called Easy Season 1. It was shown at New York Fashion Week. In September, during New York Fashion Week, West presented his second clothing collection, Easy Season 2, this time created independently from Adidas. In 2016, West released the song Famous, which contained the line, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that famous. On July 1st, 2016, the music video for the song was released, featuring naked wax figures of various celebrities, including a figure of Taylor Swift. Kim Kardashian, West's wife, began publishing excerpts up to 30 seconds long from a recorded phone conversation between Swift and West, which were edited to make it seem as though Taylor Swift has agreed to the lyric in the form it was eventually released. Swift has accused of lying, and an online harassment campaign against her began. In November 2016, during the St. Paul tour, Kanye West made a series of controversial political statements on stage, supporting Donald Trump, criticizing Beyoncé and Jay-Z, and then cancelled the remaining concert. He said he hadn't voted, but if he had, he would have voted for Trump, calling his campaign genius.
It's a new world, Barack. It's a new world, Jay-Z. Get ready, because the show's over.
Shortly after this incident, Kanye was hospitalized due to mental health issues, and the tour was ended early.
Not gonna say what race, what people, doctor, and what hospital, and what media went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor.
Kanye keeps messing around. In 2018, the album Yeah was released, in which he openly talks about his condition, calling it a superpower. But along with the music, the scandals also return. During his period, he makes a series of loud statements. In one interview, he said that slavery was a choice, sparkling a wave of criticism. He appears in a hat with the slogan "Make America Great Again" and openly supports Donald Trump, calling him his brother. For many fans, this becomes a turning point of disappointment. In following years, his behavior became increasingly unpredictable. Sharp posts on social media, public conflicts, strange interviews. All of this form an image of a man gradually losing control. On July 4th, 2020, he tweeted that he was running for president under the slogan 2020 Vision. He created his own party called the Birthday Party, explaining it this way: "When we win, everyone gets a birthday." The first rally. This was an extremely emotional event. Kanye appeared in a bulletproof vest, cried while talking about how he and Kim has concerned about abortion. In the end, about 60-70,000 people voted for him. Immediately after the lose, he posted a photo in front of a map of the US with the caption Kanye 2024. At the same time, his personal life takes center stage. In 2021, Kim files for divorce after nearly 7 years of marriage. Among the reasons cited are pressure, constant conflicts, and Kanye's behavior. Kanye and Kim have 4 children: Northwest, Saint West, Chicago West, and Psalm West. Kanye struggles heavily with the breakup. He publicly said he wants Kim back, makes emotional statements, and organized strange attention. To be honest, there are big rumors surrounding Kardashian's family. But it's curious that supposedly all the men that entered this family end up mental unstable. And many blames Kris Jenner, a shark of a show business who will do whatever she deems necessary for her family and money.
No one from the family has taken any responsibility for my hospital visit, but if we were to go online, that's 50% of what people say at least. Or maybe, am I lying?
It doesn't matter.
Am I lying? It do matter! It does matter! It does matter!
It doesn't matter what the internet says. It matters what we think. Yay.
So what do you think? Did you have an effect on my mental health?
Yes. Yes. I'm saying yes. And I love you. I love you. I don't want you to be not perfect. I love you. And I want my daughter to love you the way you want her to love you.
Kanye West officially changed his name to Ye in October 2021. No last name, no middle name. He cited personal reasons, but previously noted that Ye is the most frequently used word in the Bible, meaning you.
I just told you who I thought I was, a god. I just told you. That's who I think I am.
In interviews and on social media, Ye posts a series of explosive statements. He says he's going to go death-free on Jewish people, makes antisemitic comments, and later says directly in an interview that he sees good things about Hitler, which caused outrage. These words caused a global scandal. After this, major brands including Adidas began cutting ties with him. He loses billion-dollar contracts, deals, and his status as one of the most successful artists in the pros. They become a serious blow to both his reputation and his career. It seems like the point of no return. But amid of this, his personal life again takes central stage. In 2023, Bianca Censori, an architect working at Easy, enters his life. Soon after, they hold an unofficial marriage ceremony. From the very beginning, their relationships looks like a performance. The couple regularly appears in public in provocative outfits, with Bianca wearing extremely revealing clothing, sometimes practically none at all. At the end of 2023, Ye unexpectedly posted on Instagram a message written entirely in Hebrew. He offered his apologies to the Jewish community for any unintended anger. In 2025, he released a track with a Nazi slogan and tries to sell t-shirts with a swastika, which led to his stories being blocked and the song being banned for streaming platforms. The most significant event was his open letter to those I've hurt, published as a full-page advertisement in the Wall Street Journal and posted on his social media at the end of January 2026. Ye explaining his outbursts of anti-Semitism and sympathy towards Hitler as an undiagnosed frontal lobe injury sustained in his car accident in 2002. He stated that the injury led to bipolar disorder and a 4-month manic episode, and at the beginning of 2025, during which he lost touch with reality. He empathized, "I'm not an Nazi, I'm not an anti-Semite, I love Jewish people." He also apologized to Black Americans, admitted that he had let them down with his statements about slavery and his wearing of White Lives Matter merchandise. In March 2026, he released his new album, Bully, already the 12th of his career. The album was created against the backdrop of all his scandals, cancelled release and event unrealized project with extremely provocative content. At one point, he even abandons part of his old material and publicly states that he wants to move away from hate and reconsider his statements. But most importantly, he released music again, and people start talking about it again. According to Billboard, as April 2026, Bully debuted at number 2 with 152 units behind an album by BTS. Almost immediately after this release, he returned to the stage. In spring of 2026, Kanye plays a major concert at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, his first major live show in several years. He performs on a huge stage shaped like a sphere, as if standing on top of the world, performing both new tracks from Bully and his old hits. During the show, he stops the performance several times, gets annoying at the technical crew, and criticizes their lighting and standing directly from the stage. So even his comeback is still Kanye. Nevertheless, the concert drew audience, tickets sell, and it became clear the interest in him has now disappeared. In early April 2026, after the UK authorities denied him entry to the Wireless Festival, Kanye again addressed his audience through his channels, asked for patience and understanding, stating that his only goal to bring unity, peace, and love through music. His concert in Poland was also cancelled due to his past statements. I can confidently say that Ye is a great musician, and he has many brilliant work, especially from 2000 to 2010. For the rest, in my opinion, he went too far. And can we just forget all that performances? Does he really has control over himself now? Should we be ready for new sharp actions from Ye? Thank you for watching.